And here we go. Welcome, everyone, to Real Fellas Talk Sports. I have the privilege of being your host tonight. My name is Larry Abels, and let me introduce the real fellas who know sports. Number one, Greg Finner. How you doing, Greg?
Oh, I couldn't be better. The NFL carousel is in full swing, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Okay, and next is longtime friend from the neighborhood, Chuck Snowden. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy New Year to everybody. Well, what a week in sports. Can't wait to cut it up.
And a loquacious friend from Indianapolis, Indiana, David Burnett. How's everything?
Greetings from the sports capital. I
Hey,
just
Larry.
thought I would remind
Hey,
you
Larry.
once
Hey, Larry.
again. Let me finish. Let me finish.
He's loquacious, Chuck.
I'm very loquacious.
The loquacious one.
Anyway, we're kind of sad here in Indianapolis. The Colts are out of the playoffs. The Pacers have the worst record in the NBA, but that means we could get the first draft pick. And we're going to retain the same lousy coaching staff of the Colts, but we do have IU to look forward to on Friday.
Is IU in Indianapolis?
It's only 55 miles away.
It's the whole state.
Oh, we can take that under no. It's not part of the sports capital.
The sports capital is extended.
It's a suburb. It's a suburb of Indianapolis.
It's annexed it.
That's right.
There's a lot of that going on these days.
Absolutely.
They went down there and took their basketball team. Okay, fellas. Oh, Chuck, did you have a comment you wanted to make? I'm sorry.
He stole my thunder. I was going to say, hey, Larry, ask David how the Pacers are doing.
The Pacers are going to get the first draft pick.
I don't think that's my question.
That's the answer.
Right.
That pretty much tells the story, though,
And
right?
it's not because of a trade.
Right. They're not trading up to it.
Look,
The Wizards are doing better.
look. I'll take the Pacers instead of the Wizards. Okay, how about that?
I would too.
Hey,
Oh,
thank
no.
you. Truth be told, Greg. Thank you very much.
Oh.
All
Okay,
right.
look. You guys have to stop now. We're going to get over the show. So we're going to start off with a trivia question. A few weeks ago, Wemby had a streak of 101 consecutive games with a block shot. It was broken. I forgot who they played against, but it was third all time since they started keeping that stat. So that stat wasn't. They didn't start keeping that stat till around 73 or 74. So keep this in mind. Third all time. Who are the two people that have more blocks than him, more consecutive games with a block than Wemby? And extra credit if you can tell me how many games they had.
That's a hard one.
Well, I would blurt out, and the obvious person would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but I guess that would be too easy.
I'm going to say Olajuwon is one of them.
Okay.
I will say Dikembe Mutombo.
It's a good choice.
Okay. So round one, David has this number two person. Okay. The other two are not in it. How many blocks did he have, David, in number two?
How many blocks did he have? How many consecutive games?
Yes. I'm sorry.
I would say 85.
No. Now, Wemby had 101 and he finished third. So Dikembe was number two, so he has more than 101.
Okay, 135.
Okay, you're a little high there. He had 116, but once again, David surprises
He's
me.
good at this.
Yeah.
He's good at this.
Uh,
And you got to write bigger on your paper, David. I can't really see it.
Okay, so let's go around one more time. Who's the all-time? It wasn't Olajuwon, wasn't Kareem. Who's the all-time? Who has the consecutive? And I'll tell you, it's 145 games, consecutive blocks.
oh,
Wow.
Just start keeping the stat in 73.
Mark Eaton.
Okay,
Wow.
Chuck.
How about the guy in Minnesota, Gobert?
Okay,
Gobert.
And Greg, who do you say?
Boy, I'm struggling with this from 70 to 73.
Muggsy Bogues.
I give Uncle, man. I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a clue, and
Okay.
whoever's the fastest gets credit for this. He went to the same college that Matumbo went to.
Patrick Ewing.
Oh, Patrick.
Once again,
Alonzo Mourning or Patrick?
it's
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick, there you go.
145.
Wow.
I can't believe I missed that.
Go, Patrick.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like the 6th or 7th best center of all time. He's pretty damn good.
I don't disagree.
Okay, let's turn to the NFL. So we're doing I have a surprise for you guys too. So since we're doing trivia questions, let's go back and let's think about some people that used to be on this show that had strong personalities.
Okay, that's
who comes to
one.
mind?
I got one in mind.
Who you
I think
come
we all
with,
have that
man?
same one, by the
Oh,
way.
I got Earl. Oh, I got Earl.
Oh,
Well.
Yes, sir.
I'm not here long just to get on the part where we talk about John Harbaugh for the last 3 years. I have been talking. I want you all to acknowledge that, and I want David to acknowledge that I really wasn't wrong for dogging him about the quarterback for the Raiders.
Chuck is taking your place for doing that. So
Oh, that is cool. Oh, that is great.
First of all, Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Happy New Year, Earl.
What's up,
Dave-
Go-Go?
David and Charles, congratulations. I've been talking to Larry during the NCAA playoffs, and he can tell you I have not said anything bad about Indiana at all. They are really legitimate teams. Nothing like I can't dog them. They're a legitimate team. So congratulations.
I'm proud of you
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show and saying that, because he was telling me I can't even say anything negative about him.
I can't say that. Indiana has a good team. They have a good team.
It's not me he has to say it to, but we have a couple of Big Ten people in here, so he's.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Big Ten just won 3. I mean, if Indiana wins, that would be 3 years in a row. Ohio State, Michigan.
Or if Oregon wins.
So let's start with I want to start with the pros first, and we're going to get to college because we're going to have fun with that. Okay, last week, 2 games that stuck out to me. We can talk about briefly: the Seahawks and 49ers. 49ers have been scoring like 30-some, 40-some points the last few weeks, but didn't quite go that way against the Seahawks. Chuck, what do you think of that game?
Well, I thought it was a hell of a game, actually, and I thought those were 2 really, really good teams. And let's not forget that game was in San Francisco, and it had a lot of meaning to it. And it kind of validated what I was thinking. As long as Darnold doesn't turn the ball over, Seattle's hard to beat, bro. They are really, really hard to beat. And oh, by the way, the $55 million a year quarterback, he was a no-show.
Oh, Lord. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Well, anybody can have a bad game sometime. They've been putting up points until last week, but he didn't look good last week. David, what did you think of that game?
Well, let me talk about Sam Darnold, the leading error-prone quarterback in the NFL this year. More interceptions and more fumbles. So let's just start there. Brock Purdy, pretty damn good. Pretty damn. Oh, Chuck. Oh, you just wait for him to hit a Chuck hole. Oh, you see how I did that?
Work that in there. Good job.
Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
There are not many quarterbacks who've gone 14-3 2 years in a row, and Donald has done that. And he's done it with 2 separate teams. You got to give the guy credit.
I'm not giving him any credit. None.
I think you got to give both of those guys credit. Their teams have played well this year. Greg, what do you think?
Hey, if I didn't know better, I swear Sam Darnold brought in the priest from The Exorcist and exorcised all his demons out. I'm telling you, I've never seen Sam Darnold play like this. Purdy took a beating. He got physically abused. They beat him up. That's why he didn't play. He didn't play well, not play well because he didn't play well. He got forced into not playing well. It wasn't his choice. He didn't have no choice.
That wasn't his fault.
But I'm telling you, I think the big loser in all of this, and like we said a few weeks ago, is the Vikings. What the hell are they thinking? What are they possibly thinking right now other than our GM is just not that bright? He's just not that bright. He's not that bright.
And they rolled the dice on their hot #1 draft choice.
And Snake Eyes came up and they lost the form.
I think we're being a little hard on Minnesota. They still finished above 500, 9-8, despite everything. And their second-year quarterback finished the year well.
Well, that's better than we can say in Commanderville. So I got to give you that. Yeah, we can't say that in Commanderville.
Thank you.
Earl, you have any comments on the 49ers and the Seahawks?
Pretty good game. Just as they said, they beat him up. But as far as Sam Darnold's concerned, you got to win. You got to win something. You got to win something. You got to come through crucial sometime or another. I don't care how many regular season games you win. It's getting to the point. I don't care that Ravens quarterback is MVP twice and this and that, and one of the best top 3 or 4 in the game, but he ain't won nothing. You got to win something after a while. I'm not sold on Sam Darnold until he wins. He got to show me.
Thank you, Earl.
There's a whole list of them, though, Earl, that's in that same category.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say who in the AFC right now can say that they won anything.
Right. If your name isn't Mahomes.
Yeah.
There aren't any.
Oh, I think Buffalo's
Jalen Hurts.
Well, hold on, Larry. The guy in Buffalo ain't won nothing neither.
Yeah, I say he could play.
He haven't won anything.
I think most people think he can play.
Right.
I think he can play too.
He ain't won nothing.
So Earl,
He's better than Sam Darnold.
Earl, did you get a chance to see the Ravens and Steelers?
I did. I thought it was a very good game. I thought it was a great game. But I'm surprised that the Steelers won. But then again, I'm not surprised that Harbaugh's team didn't come through it. I'm not surprised. So.
Because you're not a Harbaugh fan. You don't like a lot of people. You know, Earl calls me up and says, who have I been getting on? I'm like, damn, you've been getting on the whole team ever since I've known you, the whole league. So I went through the guy in Green Bay, a few other people. And he finally told me Harbaugh. I said, okay, yeah, Harbaugh. My position was, I told him Harbaugh, he's had his team in position to win a few games. I've seen them miss chip shot field goals. I've seen people drop the ball in the end zone. I think they're a pretty steady team, but you know how the sports doctor is. Once you don't like you, you're in trouble.
I would imagine that any of you gentlemen, whether you had coaching experience or not, had the talent that Harbaugh had the last couple of years, except for this year. This year, his team just got injured and it's horrible. But I'm sure you guys probably would have won something by now with the talent that he's had. So I don't want to hear all that. You got Henry, you got Lamar Jackson, you got the boy from Boston with the little guy's name talking about
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. You have won something. He ain't won nothing. And I told y'all every year, it's him.
It's him. Chuck, how do you feel about the Ravens? I look at them as a pretty steady organization, but Earl's raising a point. He's a real bottom line guy. How do you feel about Ravens?
Look, those criticisms are valid, but at the end of the day, he's won 180 games in 10 years. That's 10 games a year. Now, I agree in the playoffs, but I'm not sure if it wasn't his offensive defensive coordinators making calls that they make, not giving Derrick Henry the ball, or he can't blame the guy for fumbling and so forth. I mean, Tomlin, we love Tomlin, right? When's the last time Tomlin and those guys have done anything?
When's the last time they had some talent?
Thank you, Earl.
Well, both of those guys between them have won. I mean, they have 2 championships between them, right? And they've like almost 40 years. But so, Greg, what do you think about Ravens, Steelers? See the game?
Yeah.
Harbaugh getting fired? What's your thoughts?
These damn kickers, man. I swear. Damn kickers.
Which one, for Pittsburgh or for Baltimore?
Well, in this case, Baltimore, right?
Okay.
The Pittsburgh kicker, he ain't nothing to take home to meet your parents, but the Baltimore kicker is the one that did. Yeah. I think that if Harbaugh had canned his offensive coordinator a few weeks ago, he might have got a little grace, but you're sticking with this guy. But I want to know how that meeting went with the owner. What did they say? Like, well, you should have fired your own offensive coordinator. No, we should. I mean, how did it go that you walk in not expecting to get fired and you get canned? He wasn't expecting to get fired that day. So what transpired? What actually happened? What was the conversation like?
I know what happened.
What do you think happened, David?
Lamar Jackson said, "Get him out of here." That's
Okay.
exactly what happened.
Okay. So to that point,
Let me finish. Let me finish, and let me tell you why. There were a couple of tells, a couple of things that Lamar said during the news conference after the game, when he had an opportunity to support
yes.
John Harbaugh, and he didn't do it. Remember the comment about him sleeping in meetings, and then he later responded that he was in the front row all the time. So the only person that could have called him sleeping would have been the head coach. So the head coach dropped that little nugget to somebody, and Lamar said, "I'm sick of you. You're gone." They chose Lamar, and Harbaugh was out. Harbaugh's a good coach. He's a damn good coach, but his time is up. The missed field goal did not lose the game and did not cause them to miss the playoffs.
Yes,
What caused them to miss the playoffs was 1-5 start, a 1-5 start inexplicably, and they couldn't stop a nosebleed. I'm sorry,
David, you're right about the start, but they played the Bills, the Lions, the Chiefs, the Texans, and the Rams.
If they'd have won,
they didn't play who the Colts played. They didn't play that Colts start.
If they'd have won any one or two of those games when they were 1-5, they're in the playoffs. It's that
I agree.
simple.
And that game, I would say, is the Bengals game a couple of weeks ago in Baltimore. They shouldn't have lost. That's the game that I'm.
And they should have beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They should have beat the Chiefs early in the season.
But that did catch my ear. That did catch my ear when they asked Lamar during the press conference about, and he said, "Well, I can't even think about that right now. I'm trying to process what just happened." Like, not so much. Yeah.
You know what? When I heard that, Greg, and I'm hearing both you and David say that. First, I thought it was intentional. Then I said maybe it wasn't intentional. And if it wasn't intentional, that kind of even makes it worse because they gave him a bone that he could have, chopped on. And said, he supported his coach, but it didn't even come to his mind to support the coach.
It did not even remotely close. So
he knew that Harbaugh was going to be canned. He knew that. That's you don't respond that way unless you know something, and
that's
he knew.
entirely possible. Yeah.
But that guy made 3 plays in the fourth quarter that I don't know many people in the history of the game could have made. And he had 2 guys coming in on one side. I don't know how he got out of that and threw a strike to Zay. He threw another strike down the field to Zay on a 4th down play. And then he hit that tight end on a 4th down play. He made 3 plays in that fourth quarter that were just LeBron.
I wish he would have made.
Larry able to split 2 guys like that. He did that.
But I didn't do it in the playoff game or anything like that.
That was a playoff game.
You're right. I don't know. I just look at Harbaugh and see like his team is in the position to win a few times, and things that are probably beyond his control, they just don't come. I was ready to fire Pittsburgh's kicker too for missing that because I'm like chaos. So I'm rooting for overtime. Then he misses the field goal, so I'm like, okay, that's out.
I understand everyone talking about the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, this and that. The defense got hurt. The bottom line is the reason why they lost was the one thing. All Harbaugh had to do was give the ball to the running back. That's all he had to do. And as far as him wanting to fire the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator, who's responsible for things to go wrong? The head coach.
Yeah. But that at least buys you a little time, though. That buys you some time.
But he could have overruled them at any time. I think that's a good point. He should have, because I think I was on the show saying, give the week that they lost, I was screaming about not giving Henry the ball.
How easy is it for the head coach to say to the offensive coordinator, you better damn give some plays to Derrick Henry or you're fired? It's that simple.
Hey, all he had to do, David, was say, you know what? Take the microphone off him. I'm calling the players. Whatever. If the coach ain't doing what you want him to do, then you got to do it. You the head coach. He's the head coach.
Or
the buck stops with him,
right? Okay,
let me ask the panel this question: If he makes that field goal, do we have the reverse? In other words, is Tomlin then gone out of Pittsburgh?
No.
They're not going to fire Mike. If they were going to fire him, Charles, they would have fired him 4 or 5 years ago. He's not getting fired.
Tony
I thought they
Dungy
were
was
both
on the
on the
radio
board.
this morning talking about the fact that he spent time with the owner the other day, just before the game.
Pittsburgh's owner?
The
Or
Pittsburgh's
Okay.
owner. And the owner lavished praise on Mike Tomlin. He's not going to do anything with Mike Tomlin will leave when Mike Tomlin wants to leave.
Yep.
Pittsburgh will not fire him, regardless of what the fans in Pittsburgh say or do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that
Pittsburgh
seems
is
to
an
be kind of
honorable
overrated.
franchise.
Yeah.
Honorable.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I mean, I think both of them have been there long enough. I mean, about the same amount of time. So both organizations have been pretty stable. I think the Ravens have only had like 3 coaches since they've been to Baltimore.
Yes.
So,
But
Well,
the history-
remember, the
history of
Ravens are the
Steelers-
Browns.
yeah,
The
I
real
said since they've been to
Browns.
Baltimore, though, 3 coaches.
Yeah.
but
And
the
that's-
history
and
of
that's
the
pretty
Steelers
good.
is Exactly
Yeah.
what David laid out. That's the history of the Steelers. They don't fire. They just don't. That's the history.
Yeah.
They don't fire.
All right, I want to get you guys picks for these games next week. This week, I should say. Rams versus Panthers.
Those are 2 great games, though, Larry. Both those games were.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw every minute of both those games.
Predictions for this week. Chuck, Rams versus Panthers.
I like the Rams going into Carolina and beating them pretty good. Quite frankly, I don't know if this question is going to come up later, but Matthew Stafford is my MVP for the year.
Okay. David, Rams versus Panthers and why?
And the Panthers are going to upset the Rams. The Rams there's some things that are happening schematically from the offense that I think will cause the Panthers to win that game. It's a home game for them. They haven't done anything since Cam Newton was there 10 years ago. I think this is their time, and they're going to upset the Rams. They beat them earlier in the season.
Rams versus Panthers, Earl, who wins and why?
You can mark it here. The Rams by at least 10.
Okay. Why? They just that much?
The Rams are the best team in the National Football League.
Ooh, then they finished like 3rd in the division or something.
They sure did.
Okay.
You've been winning our games pick race for the last 2 years, but you didn't win it this year.
I don't see the relevance to that or anything, but you know, rock and roll.
No,
He just wanted to work that in, Larry. Congratulations.
There's a relevance.
Congratulations.
There's a relevance to
Oh, wait a minute.
That's what it
Okay.
was.
I'm sorry for that comeback. You're the sports doctor. When did you last win? Okay, my bad. Greg.
I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna go with the Rams. I don't think the Panthers are ready for playoff football. They're having a good year, but playoff football is different. And I think McVay is going to coach rings around Canales. I don't think he's not ready for playoff football.
Okay, well, Greg, why have you? We got the Packers at the Bears. Who wins that game?
I'm
And
going
why?
with the Bears. The Packers are a little nicked up, but they're out of sync. Jordan Love hasn't done anything. He hasn't looked like Jordan Love since he's been back. I'm gonna take the Bears.
Looks exactly like Jordan. It looks exactly like Jordan Love.
You can always tell which quarterbacks Chuck hates or likes.
It's almost like I'm talking to Earl. Earl, Packers and Bears. Who wins that and why?
The Bears win that game because Packers don't have a quarterback.
Okay.
Even when Jordan Love is there.
As a matter of fact, their backup quarterback has been playing better than what Jordan Love.
Actually, he did look good the other day when he played.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck, who do you like in that game?
I like the Bears. I like it because they can. Well, first of all, I love their coach, and they can run it too. They can run the ball. They have a good balance, and their defense isn't a great defense in terms of stoppers, but they turn you over. And like Greg said earlier, I think Green Bay is nicked up.
David, who do you like and why?
You know what? I got to be me, and I'm picking the Packers. The Packers are playoff tested. They have a solid quarterback, despite what the panel says. And the Bears quarterback is essentially a rookie trying to prove himself in his first playoff game. And I think he's going to make a boo-boo error or two that will lose the game. Packers win.
Okay. Next game, David, while I got you, the Bills travel to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Who do you like in that game and why?
I'm not a Jaguars fan, but if they play the way they could play at home, they win. The Bills, I think they have run at the end of their cycle. They have the best player in football, Josh Allen, but they don't have other things. They don't have a defense, and I just think that they're tired and they're playing away from the snowy seats and field of Buffalo. It matters. I'm picking Jaguars.
Greg, who do you like in that game? Bills or Jaguars?
I'm going with Jaguars. The Bills are like owing everything when they play away playoff games. I mean, everybody beats them away, you know. So the other thing is,
let me ask you a question. Does everybody really beat them?
well, look at Rick. They haven't won a playoff game on the road in like 10 years.
And where do they normally lose? I'm just curious.
Kansas
Well,
City.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Kansas City. Yeah,
I just everybody kind of caught me. I think the Chiefs beat them up. Go ahead, my bad.
but they are terrible on the road in playoff games. Those stats are documented. But I think the Jaguars are peaking. They're peaking at the right time. I think the Jaguars are playing really well right now.
Earl, Bills and Jaguars, and why?
Jaguars have been playing very well, and it's Buffalo. If they ever had a window, as they say, it's closed.
Dave, I already got you right.
You didn't get Chuck.
Yeah, you got
get
it.
Chuck.
Chuck, okay, Chuck, I didn't get it.
I like the Jaguars, and I think Greg said it perfectly. They're peaking right now. Trevor Lawrence really, really looks good, and Buffalo and Josh is beat up. He's not. It's funny. Again, I hate to bring it up. Lamar gets criticized and beat over and so forth and so on. And Josh, I don't know that he gets the same kind of scrutiny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but the reason he doesn't get the same kind of scrutiny is he performs in the playoffs.
Well,
win or lose, he performs. And Lamar Jackson has failed often in the playoffs. That's the difference.
Josh stole his MVP last year.
Well,
I wonder if
Josh
I
is
asked
a better
this same
player.
question 3 or 4 weeks ago, who you guys would have picked.
42 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Josh is a better player than Lamar Jackson.
You
period.
must be crazy. Ain't no way in the hell.
I'm not crazy.
There's no way.
There's a way. There's a way.
28,
He's better.
28 years old, 2-time MVP, came in runner-up last year. And when they stole
I think you guys need to look at it season by season.
I'll take Josh Allen over Lamar.
I'll take
Jackson.
Lamar.
Well, hey,
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Let me move on to the next game. Chargers at Patriots. Chuck, who do you like in that game and why?
So I really, 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 I don't believe in the Pats but the Chargers are beat up too. And they got to go 3,000 miles into the cold. Ugh. As much as I don't want to say the Pats, I'm going to say the Pats.
Okay.
But I'm rooting for the Chargers.
Earl, who do you like in that game and why? Chargers and Pats.
The Pats, Chargers quarterback. Until you show me, you got to show me. I don't know what this guy's going to do. I have no idea what the Chargers quarterback's going to do.
And you
I
saw
got it.
on the Patriots quarterback?
Yeah. How about
Yes,
Drake
I
May?
am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
They have a great organization and a good coach. He's a coach that he's not going to let his players walk over him. He's a coach if he tells offensive coordinator to give the ball to the running back, he's going to give the ball to the running back. Yeah, I like the Pats.
David,
Chargers.
why?
Because the Patriots have not been there. This version of the New England Patriots is a good team, well coached, but they're inexperienced. And Drake May is a pretty good quarterback, but he's never been in a situation like this. I don't care if it's at home. I don't care what the weather is. The Chargers are better.
Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, I would go with the Patriots. And I think Vrabel is gritty and grindy. He knows how to grind it out and keep these guys really focused and driven. And I think Herbert has thrown up in the huddle more than Willie Beeman. I got no confidence in Herbert, man. I think he'll fold like a lawn chair. You hit him a few times, and he's no good. Nah.
I'm a guest on the show, so I'm not going to be smart mouth and do all crazy.
Oh man, just be yourself, man. That's what.
What I want to know is, David said the quarterback hasn't been there. But neither has San Diego's quarterback. He hasn't been there either. So my question was, what would make David say that about his team and not say that about the Chargers and not say that about the other team?
Well, you know what? We have David right here. That thought into my mind too. But we have David right here. David, why don't you respond to that?
I have no response. Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody has an opinion, and Earl is an astute doctor of sports.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so the last game this week is the Texans at Steelers. David, does Mike Tomlin have another game after this weekend?
Oh, absolutely. He'll be the coach of Pittsburgh for as long as he wants to be.
This season.
He has another game.
So Pittsburgh
beats the Texans. It's at Pittsburgh. Yep. And I think Aaron Rodgers, if he is worth whatever Pittsburgh thought of him, he plays the best game of his career or what's left of his career, and they win. Mike Tomlin needs a playoff win, and I think his team will give it to him.
Greg Fenner, what do you think about that?
Oh, I think by the time I can't think of their names, but number 51 and number 55, those two edge rushers from the Texans, by the time they finish chasing Rodgers' ass around there, they would be lucky if they score 10 points. So I think when you combine that ferocious Texas defense with that lackluster Steelers offense, you got a low-scoring affair, but the Texans will come out on top. Them boys going to beat Rodgers until he can't see straight. I'm telling you.
Chuck, what do you think of that game? Texans.
I like the Texans a lot. I like the Texans all the way to the Super Bowl. So listen, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers, when they played Cleveland a couple of weeks ago, he kept looking for Myles Garrett, right? But he only had to look one way because they only had one other guy, which was Myles Garrett. Well, this game, he's going to look both ways.
They got two.
And he hurried up and got the ball out of his hands. That defense of the Texans is nasty, fast, big, tough. Love them. I absolutely love them.
And they forced turnovers. Turnovers, man.
They're 12-5, and I think they started the season out 1-5 or 1.
That defense better score some points because the offense is not going to score any points.
Thank
Well,
you.
they got a legit wide receiver.
Let me go to
They don't
the
have a
sports
legit
doctor.
quarterback. They don't have a legit quarterback.
Sports doctor, who wins that game and why? Does Pittsburgh win? Sports doctor?
The Texans win because their defense is ferocious. And Aaron Rodgers and Steelers, they just don't have they have an uncultured offense. There's nothing they can do. I got to go with the Texans. I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh won, though, but I'm picking the Texans.
Greg, I got to go against you. I don't think they're going to be chasing Rodgers because I don't think Rodgers is going to be able to force him to chase. They're probably going to run right to him. So
that could be.
We've gone through all the games. So
I think you missed one, Larry. I think you missed the 49ers and the Eagles.
49ers, yeah.
Oh, yeah, gosh, yeah. So, Chuck, since you brought that up, who's going to win that game? That's the game I got circled the best game of the week, too.
The Eagles are not playing well right now. They really aren't. And the 49ers are just too beat up to really compete in terms of on the road. Same thing, 3,000 miles. So I'm going to give the Eagles a nudge, a field goal to beat the 49ers in that game.
Greg, who do you think wins that game?
I got to go with the 49ers on that one. The Eagles have their offense is so freaking dysfunctional. They can barely run 3 plays that make sense at a time. So I think the 49ers, they have these weeks. 1 week against Seattle, they look terrible. Week before that, they look flawless. So they have these up and down weeks. but I think this is going to be a good week for them. I picked them to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, I think they scored like 41, 40, and 37 the previous 3 games. So
Exactly.
I'm not sure it's up and down.
Yeah, but against the Seahawks, they were they just couldn't seem. But the Seahawks forced them into that. That wasn't their choice. They got forced into that. So the Seahawks are just a better team than the Eagles. But I think they can take the Eagles. I think they'll take the Eagles. The only left-facing logo in the NFL, by the way.
David, who do you like in that game, 49ers or Eagles?
The defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles will win. Their superstar Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts will reemerge and take them past the 49ers.
Sports Doctor, tell everybody who's going to win this game.
Another double-digit victory. The Eagles will smash 49ers.
Whoa.
49ers,
Thank you, Earl.
they've always been, even though they've been crushing people and they've been playing very well, and even though they have injuries, I mean, look at their record, they've been playing very well. I've never been impressed by them the whole year. They're a pseudo good team. Yeah, that's what they are.
Pseudo good team.
I circled
way
this
to-
game as one that intrigues me a lot because when I look at the Eagles, particularly before they started playing Washington and the Raiders,
And the Raiders.
they were winning games like 16-10 and stuff like that. But the 49ers, despite their flaws, they seem to be, at least scoring 20 points a game. But yeah, it's hard to call that. That's the one that intrigues me the most. I don't know.
Larry, did you see the Seahawks game?
Yeah.
That's the 49ers team you're talking about?
That was the last game, Chuck. Look at the games before that. Look at the
I
last
don't know who
games
they
before
played.
that.
I don't know. Maybe they played the Raiders. I don't know. Or played the Commanders. I don't know who they played.
Oh, see, I watched their games. They were scoring like
Against who? Who were they playing?
Doesn't matter. Any given
look
Sunday.
dominant. I mean, if you only judge it by that one game, yeah, I can see why you could think that.
Well, no, I judge it.
I'm
I
gonna tell you
judge
in a
it. I
second.
mean, I watched. That was a big game at home for home field advantage.
Every game that they played, they for the last few weeks, they were saying if they win all of their games, they would get the home field advantage because they were I think they were a game behind at first. Let me see.
Well, if you like Brock Purdy, you can take him on the road and go to Philadelphia and beat them. Good luck.
We know you don't like Brock
I
Purdy.
sure don't.
Hey,
So
It's comparable as Baker Mayfield.
I don't
and
want you to
Sam
laugh,
Darnold.
Chuck. I don't want you to laugh. They scored 42 against the Bears, 48 against the Colts, 37 against the Titans, and 28 against the
Oh
Browns.
my God, they have a great offense, Larry. You're
28
right.
against the Browns.
They're-
Okay.
Miles Garrett.
Yeah, they I mean, they were putting up points against everybody they played.
Come on, you saw them.
And 42 before that, 42 against the Rams.
Little man with little arm. You saw him.
A little
I mean,
bit.
they're
With a little
putting up 40 points a game every. I won 41 against the Cardinals, but it's everybody 40, 40, 40. This is the only game that they really got shut down.
You're the only team they played.
You don't think
All
the
right.
Rams are good?
Yeah, they're good. That was a hell of a game, actually.
You know, they beat the Rams 42-26. You don't think the Bears are good? Playoff team?
Their defense isn't like that.
except for the
42-28.
Rams, none of those teams got a good defense.
Exactly.
What about the Browns?
What about them?
Miles
28
Garrett.
to 8.
What about them?
Okay. I think you need to give them some credit for beating teams like that.
They're very well coached, Larry. No, I'll give you that. They run schemes.
I mean, and
very well.
they got one game. This one game. If you look at their whole schedule, this is the game 13-3. Actually, their defense played better this week than they had before.
Right.
But they've been putting up points on everybody.
Okay.
So when you ask me about looking at that team, I'm looking at their entire body of work.
Okay.
I'm looking at their defense. That's all I'm looking at. Everybody's scoring big points this year. A whole lot of big scoring games all year long. Ain't nobody's defense nothing. So,
But most teams now
except
put
for
up like
Houston.
40 points regardless of who they play every week. And this is the only game. This is probably their defensive lowest scoring game, but they still lost by 10.
Larry, San Francisco is soft.
I don't know.
It's soft. That's all.
You don't have any receivers. They're hurt.
Some way they seem with Kittle and Kittle didn't play last week, I don't think. But with Kittle and McCaffrey, some way they seem to do it. So I don't know. I'm just judging by their record, and I watch them play. I can't take anything away from them, and they surprise me the way they play.
Well, you know what, Larry? You haven't been asking yourself about games. What do you think about it?
Because I'm the host of the show. I don't have to go on the record and ruin my reputation like you guys do.
Well, I'm asking you. Who do you like in this game?
Oh, this is the game I don't know. I'm kind of like Chuck. It's kind of like, I'm looking at both of these teams. If they both play their best, Philly seems a little better, but they haven't really. I mean, the last couple of weeks they really had cupcakes.
It's funny, Larry. You said last week. Except for when the Eagles played the Raiders and the Commanders, they didn't look good. And yet next week they played the Commanders, and they didn't look good against them either.
Well, all that
they did JV when they played the Commanders.
Yeah, they had all the starters out.
I didn't even count that. Now, and I think
we did. We did.
Well, you know what? I wonder why Philly didn't go out to win, because that cost them the second seed.
It did.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised about that.
Yeah.
But
They're the defending Super Bowl champions.
Hey,
that and the Metro Pass to get you on the train.
If they gonna let their running back break the rushing record, they don't care about no seed. They want their players to be healthy when the big games count.
Amen.
All right, we'll see. Let's look at the college football playoffs. So let's start with Miami versus Ohio State. Greg, what did you think of that game?
Ohio State did not show up. They didn't show up. They were flat. I think these buys and this too much time. I think you're gonna have too much time off. And I think the time off hurt them. Sand is not a major college quarterback. He is like average at best. He's just surrounded by a lot of great players. And Miami came to play. They had Michael Irvin on the sideline. I thought the boy was going to stroke out. Maybe he inspired him, but he was. They just had more energy. They got after it more. Ohio State just didn't show up.
Chuck, what did you think of that game?
Well, before we go any further, I think David likes to apologize, to the University of Miami, because he thought
I have no apology.
I'm sorry.
I have no apology.
I thought I was going to give him a chance.
No.
Anyway, Miami represented themselves well against not both Texas A&M and then they beat Ohio State. They're big, they're fast, they got speed. If they don't turn the ball, they got a veteran quarterback from Georgia who's been in big games. If they don't turn the ball over, they're a formidable foe.
Earl, Ohio State, Miami, what'd you think? I know you're a Big Ten guy, so
I'm not a Big Ten guy, but didn't y'all say they're fast and they have speed? Is that the same, or I don't know? Is that the same?
Some might say that.
Okay.
But
cut out
the description.
Redundant responses.
What was the question? I missed the question.
No, you said they're fast. They got speed.
Oh, it's the same thing. You're right.
Fast and they got speed.
The sports doctor is also an English professor.
No, I'm just. Hey, I haven't messed with Chuck in 2 years. I just threw that in. Anyway,
I get tongue-tied sometimes. I'm not loquacious like David.
So what do I think about this? Which game are we talking about?
Miami versus Ohio State, yeah.
I thought it was a good game. And I don't know why Greg thinks that they didn't show up. They showed up and got punched in the mouth. That's all. Miami defense is equivalent to Texas defense in the NFL. They got a heck of a defense.
Well, and Jason Taylor, the defensive line coach, he's got that defensive line playing really well.
Let me say this. Miami scored a minimum amount of points to get to the Ohio State game. They didn't win the ACC.
But let's talk about this game.
I'm talking about this game.
So far, I've heard it.
Well, you haven't let me speak. Now, let me say this. Miami and Ohio State, and I agree with you guys, Sam is not that good. He's not the traditional Ohio State quarterback, and they shouldn't have lost to Miami. And Miami will get their comeuppance in a couple of days. Well, tomorrow.
Really?
Dude, saying the dude, he threw a pick six on a screen. The guy was right in his face, and he threw it right to him. I'm like, what was he, blindfolded? Did he not see this guy?
That was a game changer, too.
Hey, Joe Theismann did it in the Super Bowl, okay?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, him too. He did it too.
Chuck, what do you think?
I think Miami, I think they got a defensive end. I don't remember his name, but he's going to be a first-round draft choice, and he was all over the field against Ohio State.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either. Yeah,
Right. He's tough,
great.
man. Tough
Yeah.
dude. And David's wrong. They're going to beat Ole Miss tomorrow.
No, they're not.
Another
Who
chance.
plays Ole Miss tomorrow, Miami?
Ole Miss and Miami.
I was going to get to next week's games, but I just wanted to get your thoughts about this week.
Wow.
Indiana versus Alabama. Do we need to say anything about that?
No.
Blowout.
They took him behind the woodshed.
Hey, I told you Mendoza was going to show his ass, and he made me look smarter than I actually am. Mendoza showed his
Congratulations, Patrick, my man.
Patrick.
Hey, I won it in my league too.
Oh, way to go, Larry.
You guys might have remember, and David, I think you might. I always say I normally draft coach running back.
Right.
But this year I drafted Derrick Henry because he was available, and he showed up the last 2 weeks to play.
Yeah.
He won,
Especially the
he
Super
won
Bowl.
your
He
league.
got me like 50
So-
points.
So help me out here. I'm not into that fantasy stuff. So how does Derrick Henry be available?
Well, I had a high draft pick, so I had like the second or third pick.
Oh, okay.
So he was there. Nobody had picked him. So normally running backs go quick, but normally I get the coach running back every year. And this year I had a higher pick, so I got to take Derrick Henry.
Taylor had more yards than Derrick Henry this year.
Yeah, but Henry kind of had the last 2 weeks
They're both
when
out
I
of the
needed him
playoffs.
in the yeah. I was kind of bemoaning that. You've heard me doing that early in the season, but timing was everything.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Clark, how you doing? Thanks for joining.
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff.
Real football. Okay, back to the real football now. And maybe we'll just jump to next week's games. We don't have to go over last week's.
Okay, wonderful.
Miami versus Ole Miss. David, who do you think is going to win that game?
I just have a feeling. Ole Miss, there's something I saw in Trinidad Chambliss that said that he's the best college quarterback this year.
Careful.
He's
Dave.
the only one that threw eight games of 300 yards. The only one in major college football that did that. He showed me some things that statistically don't matter, but in terms of intrinsically understanding the game, he does. It doesn't matter that he played at Ferris State last year. He was good enough to play at major college football. At Ole Miss, the best thing that could ever happen to Lane Jerk Kiffin would be for Ole Miss to make it to the finals. And that's what I pulled up.
Not a Lane Kiffin fan. Okay, Earl.
Oh, not at all.
Miami versus Ole Miss.
Sports actor he can't make a pick. Miami's defense is outrageous, and I'm telling you, this Chandler Ford, I must have been sleeping or something on Sports Center when they showed him. This guy, he's incredible. He's incredible. I can't vote against him. Can't vote against Miami's defense. I can't say. I don't have a pick. I can't make a choice.
Greg Finner.
Ole Miss. Chambliss going to carve Miami up like a pack of Oscar Mayer bologna, boy. He's going to carve them boys up. And he's fast. He can move. The Ohio State saying was just standing there like a statue waiting to get sacked. This kid can move, man. I think
He's really good.
He's mobile. He can throw. He's got guts. I'm with you, Earl. I don't know where I was sleeping. I slept through the whole season with him. I didn't even know who the boy was. He is incredible.
Wow.
Charles Snowden.
None of us did. None of us knew David, so I guess he won the Heisman, huh?
Look, Chuck.
Mendoza had
let me
5
get
games
started.
over 50.
Let me just say this. I just
David,
pointed out
I
a
want y'all
fact.
to have this fight.
I just pointed out a
Chuck, who
fact.
do you have?
He called him the best quarterback in college football.
I did not call him the best quarterback in college
What'd
football.
you say? What was your words?
I said I like him.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I said.
Okay, I like him too.
I think the tape might have said he was the best quarterback.
Exactly. I thought so too, man. I thought so too.
I said I like him.
Right, that's fine. So look, I think Miami will corral him. It's going to be hard.
Miami got to score some points.
No, I don't disagree with that. Their quarterback from Georgia, Beck, he's been in big, he's been in big games. They got a wide receiver, little skinny kid that's a freshman, can run and fast. They can get him the ball, he's gone. So I'm picking Miami. Bottom line is I'm picking Miami.
Is Chambliss better than Beck? It's not even a
Is
question.
Chambliss better than Indiana quarterback?
No. Hell, heck no.
I think he can be.
And why do
I'm
you
not
say,
gonna say-
why do you say it so sure?
Because he's just now emerging into the public domain. That's why. He's still the only quarterback this year that threw 300 yards 8 times. He's the only one.
Maybe he don't run the ball.
They play very different brands of quarterback. They play very different games.
Hey,
It's
David,
hard to
he didn't beat the starter out. He wasn't.
It doesn't. He came from Ferris State. He had to prove himself. He came from a Division II school. I'm sorry. When you do that, you're automatically ghettoed into he's not good enough. He was only a 3-star, 2-star coming out of high school. That's the tag that he probably had.
0-star.
Fernando, I'm not dissing Fernando at all.
No.
I'm just saying that I think Trinidad Chambliss will be better if given the opportunity. That's what I believe. I saw something.
Greg, who wins between Oregon and Indiana?
Oh, I think Indiana will beat them for the second time this year. They're on a roll, man. These boys are hot. Oregon's playing well, and I like Dante Moore. He's a good quarterback, but Indiana's hot, man. Hoosiers on fire.
Earl, Oregon and Indiana.
I actually think that, I don't like nobody. I actually think that the Oregon quarterback is overrated. They be hyping it up like, oh man. I'm picking Indiana. I like Indiana.
David.
I like Indiana, but here's my caveat. They have to start the game fast and score early, or it's going to be more difficult than they thought.
Yeah.
They have to score early.
And I don't even know why I need to ask Chuck this, but I want you on the record, Chuck.
No break, all gas. That's how they go. All gas, no break.
I love it.
I hope that's the case.
It was a pretty good game the first time they played them, though, right?
It was.
It was a good game.
In
It was a
Oregon.
double-digit win at Oregon. That
Yeah.
ain't bad.
It was a good game.
But can I comment on the quarterbacks? I'm like Earl. The Oregon quarterback is not that good. I don't see it, and I don't
He's only
see
a
how.
sophomore. He's a
Well,
sophomore.
they're talking. Well, he's a redshirt sophomore, so he can
Right.
go pro.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ready for the NFL, and he's not as good as the IU quarterback at all. No, he's overrated.
There's a lot on the line in this game, boy. A lot on the line.
Maybe Ole Miss's quarterback can go against Indiana's quarterback next week, and we can have this discussion again next week.
I would hope Indiana wins, but I would hope Chambliss will play well.
Well, maybe they'll match up. We'll see how it goes. We're about out of time, so let's see if anybody has any closing comments.
I ain't talking about the NBA. You out of time. You're right. You out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a couple of questions.
We don't have enough time for that.
We got 5 minutes. I only had a couple of questions about it anyway. So let's do that.
Okay.
By popular demand. In the East, lately the Celtics have been playing well. All the talk has been about Detroit and New York, even though the Pistons beat Detroit by like 30 points a couple of nights ago. But Earl, is there anybody else in the East that can make a run against two teams?
How could the Pistons beat Detroit?
I mean, they beat the Knicks. I'm sorry. I was testing your English teacher. The Pistons beat the Knicks by 31 points 2 nights ago. I happen to be in New York, so I was well aware of that. Anybody else in the East that can actually win it, Earl, besides Detroit and New York?
No.
One of those teams?
No.
David, what do you think?
Boston has been playing really well. Detroit, I think, is in the pole position for the East.
Now, Embiid has come back. I want to just remind everybody, he's been, of course, he has to stay healthy, but he's finally gotten healthy. And I think he's doing like 32.
You had the nerve to talk about Joel Embiid.
When he's healthy, I think he's one of the best
He's not
players.
that good.
Oh, okay. I think he's one of the best players. Chuck, anybody else in the East?
I was going to say that. I was going to say if they can stay healthy, Philadelphia could sneak up on these cats because with Maxey and this kid VJ Edgemon, along with
They got Paul George.
Playoff Paul. They've got some pieces if they can all stay healthy, and I know that's a big if.
Is it Edgeman or Overbrook?
It's Edgecombe. DJ
Edgecombe.
Edgecombe.
Okay. Chuck said Edgeman.
That's okay. We knew who he meant. Greg, what do you think about the East? Anybody else can come out of there?
Listen, it's coming down to the Knicks and the Pistons. First of all, the Celtics will show flashes of greatness. They will win a game. They can win a game, but they can't win a 7-game series, I don't think, without Tatum. They can't beat those teams in a 7-game series. Now, in the 76ers, don't even waste your money on the 76ers. Don't waste your time thinking about it. Joel Embiid is the most unhealthy center that since Bill Walton. And at least Bill Walton had rings.
I don't know. I don't know about that. They say he wants to be a power forward.
Okay.
But he's not. Well, he don't get no hurt more than Anthony Davis.
Let me tell you how unhealthy Joel Embiid is. As of early 2025, Joel Embiid had only played in 47% of his regular season games.
Amen.
That's less than half. That's less than half.
You got to take into consideration they kind of set him down the first 2 years he was in the league.
He wasn't healthy.
Okay, so he had these foot injuries. Because he had these foot injuries. So 2021 season, he played 68 regular season games. That's the most he's ever played. I guarantee you, when it gets hot, Joel Embiid will be somewhere in the street clothes, talking shit, not playing. He won't be on the floor. So until he shows that he can play healthy and fight through the playoffs, don't even count the 76ers. They're not even worth talking about.
Amen.
And their coach sucks. They got the coach is just a junk man who picks up teams after everybody gets fired. No.
Well, hey, Larry, I have a team. How about the team that was in the finals last year that's in the East?
Okay, you've had your turn, Chuck. I know you're not going to mention them again. Earl, anybody else in the East?
No, there is no one.
We're going to get the first draft pick.
There's no one in the East. Cleveland, joke.
So let's look at the Western Conference. And one thing I'll say about Embiid, even though he's been hurt, he does play in the playoffs sometimes. He's just not 100% when he plays.
Embiid is.
And he's so talented. He's so talented, man. He's so talented.
I don't see it. I don't see. He's 7'1.5", and he plays like he's 6'8", and he's slow and he's injury prone. I'm sorry. No,
he was the league MVP.
I don't care what he was. I don't care what he was. He's not that good. Period.
I don't know, David. I don't know. He's out there.
He's not that good. He's not that good.
Western Conference. San Antonio has had some matchup problems against OKC. Actually, they've lost a couple of more games since then.
5-5. The
they
5
still,
five
they
in the last
still look
10
pretty
games.
good. With Jokic out, and Wemby's now on the men. Wemby, I guess, will be playing a little more.
He scored 30 last night.
Is there any other teams that can challenge? I mean, think about the Los Angeles Lakers or the Rockets. Can they make a run for the top spot? Chuck, I'll start with you. Chuck, what do you think?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I definitely think the Lakers can make a run, but they got to be healthy. The key of that whole situation, they got to be healthy. If they're not healthy, and they got to make a little bit of a move to try to find a person can defend come playoff time. But yeah, sure, why not?
You know, they've been getting a lot of flack, but I think they actually are doing better than they were last year.
They're in third place in the West.
Yeah. Greg, what do you think about the West?
Well, I think the Rockets could challenge. The problem I have with the Lakers is whenever the Lakers play one of these
Good
top
team.
tier teams in the West, they struggle. I mean, I see them get beat by 30 and 40 points.
Can't
But I
defend
mean,
them.
they don't play well against top tier teams. They'll win all the games they're supposed to win, and so I think that equals kind of an early exit from the playoffs. But the Rockets are on to something, and I love their coach, but they got some talent. They got talent.
Dave, any other teams in the West besides
OKC?
And is Denver going to stick around even with Joker out for a while?
Joker is out for about a month. I think Denver is the challenge to OKC. San Antonio, Wemby is going to get hurt again. That's just it's just the way it is.
Sports Doctor, anybody in the West can challenge OKC. I personally think it's going to be hard to repeat because I think there's a lot of talent out there.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sports Doctor?
San Antonio can contend, Houston can contend, and Denver can contend. The rest of that stuff in the West, not a chance.
Okay.
See, Go, you used to like the Lakers. What happened, Go? I thought you liked the Lakers.
Because I'm different from most sports fans. I keep it real. I'm realistic. The Lakers need a point guard. The Lakers need a center. You can't go anywhere if you don't have a center or a point guard. That's all. I love the Lakers.
Man,
You don't like Aiden?
He seems to be a pretty nice guy. Oh, you mean as a center? No, as I said, they don't have a point guard.
Given the rest of the team that they have there, yeah.
I'm not the average fan, DC fan. The average DC fan ride or die with their teams, no matter what. So sometimes they be a little bit unrealistic. But like Charles was probably happy that the Skins won that game last week.
I didn't even watch. I don't even care.
That's Greg Finney you're talking about. He's
Absolutely. Ride or die, brother. I'm with him, ride or die. I watched every play.
So
Well, but don't become unrealistic. The Lakers, they lack. I'm questioning their coach as well. But
They're in third
Well, do you
place.
think he's lost the team? I mean, I see him verbally making comments. Do you think he's lost the team? You know, he said some of the things you said about their weaknesses on defense. Do you think he still has their ear?
Yeah.
Okay, because a lot of times, you know, players kind of tune you out after a while. Chuck, how you feel about it? Have you been hearing?
Everything's fine. They don't have the personnel to defend but they're fine. I mean, they're fine. I mean, LeBron is 41 years old. He can't, they're
do
fine.
you think they need a point guard, Chuck?
I mean, Reeves has been out for like 3 or 4 weeks, right? Austin Reeves has been out. Now, I'm not saying
Do
he
you
will
think
make
they
that big a difference.
do
They do, and they got Marcus Smart. I just think if they can be healthy, if all of them can be there come playoff time and healthy, I think they can make a run.
no, they can't.
I know.
Chuck, will they beat the Pacers if they play them?
How's that team that played in the finals?
Hey, they played in the finals and they went to Game 7. When
They're
you
the
can tell me,
defending
when you can tell me that the Washington Wizards have done the same,
They should
then
be
you can talk.
relegated. Although they've been playing better, they're 6-4 in their last 10 games.
They won
Good
more
for
games than
them.
Indiana has this year.
That's all right. I will take the number 1 draft pick or number 2 draft pick and be happy with it. And when Halliburton gets back, we'll be fine.
There we go.
What a difference 6 months. What a difference 6 months has made. Wow.
We made it to the finals in Game 7, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
So they're the defending what? What do you want to call it? The defending
Eastern Conference
Yeah.
champions.
Okay, now we're out of time.
This is much fun. This is as much fun as I've had in a while, though. When I was young.
Well, you know, we might owe some of this to the sports doctor coming back, joining the show tonight. Earl, thank you for joining us tonight. You have any closing comments?
It was a pleasure being on the show, you gentlemen. Thanks for having me back, even though the other 3 didn't have any control. Larry was running the thing, so he let me in. But it was great. I had a good time with you guys, and
I took a poll with them. They said if you wanted to make an appearance, they were fine with it.
Earl, if you want
Doors
to
always
return, the door is open all the time.
All the time.
Thanks for the invitation, David. The problem is, I always wondered, but 5 minutes in the booth was too much. We went 8:07. We went an hour and 7 minutes. Too long.
We do that every week.
We do that with four. The agenda could be adjusted too.
I don't know how y'all let y'all do that. David was letting y'all go past 45 minutes at one time.
What?
How did y'all go to an hour?
He's kinder and gentler now.
Oh, okay.
Larry. I mean, Earl,
David
he's
said no.
kinder and gentler.
David said no.
I ain't that kind.
So to that end, David, do you have any closing comments?
I do.
Okay.
And this is my ode to Lane Jerky Kiffin. I've never seen a coach so self-involved as Lane Kiffin. His team, the Ole Miss Rebels, the University of Mississippi, if we want to call it correctly, deserve better than this. And the best thing that they can do is to get to the finals against Indiana and stick it up Lane Kiffin's rear end. That's my closing comment.
Chuck, you have any comments?
I do. I'm not trying, and I too am going to be brief. So there's a woman playing in women's basketball. I know a couple of years ago, the women's basketball had a lady named Caitlin Clark, and everybody was talking about her, and we loved her and all this stuff. Well, there's a woman in Iowa now, but it's at Iowa State. Her name is Audie. Her name is Audie Crooks. Audie's averaging 30 points a game. They're 15-1. Listen,
And she weighs 350
I don't care
pounds.
what she weighs. When they throw it into her in the middle, they cannot stop her. They got to send 2 people. She's unbelievable.
They got to send 3-4 people.
She's
Let's let him make his comment, Mr. Burnett.
She's an unbelievable player. She's absolutely awesome. They're ranked 11th in the country. I like her a lot. And her name is Audie Crooks. Check her out. I like her.
Mr. Shannon, I'll look for her. Greg Finn, I know you have a comment.
Yeah, I'll trim this down as much as I can, but my 89-year-old mother gave me an article the other day to read. She said, read, this is a good article in the Washington Post. She reads the Post every day from cover to cover. And it was about LeBron James. It was about the intelligence, the intellect of LeBron James. And I'm telling you, it's a fascinating article because I don't think anybody's ever written or done a long presentation, anything about how smart he is with someone with a high school diploma. I mean, that's all he has, but it talks about his intelligence. And this Harvard professor says that there's not just one kind of intelligence, but there are 9 different types. But he says that LeBron's towering strength is what he calls it's spatial intelligence. The ability to mentally visualize, spot patterns, recognize angles, understand spacing and dimensions. This intelligence often applies to architects and engineers, but LeBron, the exceptional basketball player, has mastered spatial intelligence. But it's a really long article. It's really good. That's one part that I just wanted to bring out because I don't think, we hear some players, they talk about, he's so athletic. That means, what is he, like an animal, or is he just natural? But they never talk about the intelligence and the intellectual horsepower of people like LeBron James. I thought this article by Kevin Merida did it really well. I was blown away by the article.
Well done, Gregory. Well done.
By the way,
always thought
Kevin
sports
Merida
was-
can really play basketball. He was a good basketball player back in the day.
I know you guys
also about angles and timing, and that kind of proves one of the things I thought about. Plus, when I saw LeBron James play for the first time, I told people I don't know how great he could play, but he knows how to play basketball. You know, I saw him in a high school game. Said I don't know how great he will be because people hyping him up, but I said that young man knows how to play basketball, and he has that athleticism to match it up.
The
When I read
genius.
the article, I thought about you, Larry, because you talk about angles and you talk about that stuff a lot. And that's exactly what this guy was saying is his towering strength. So I thought about you when I read the article.
He has that, plus he has athleticism, you know, to go along with it. That
True.
yeah.
Hey,
all
guys,
these other people had Dean Smith and Phil Jackson and so forth. This guy didn't have a dad. This guy didn't go to college. I don't know how his brain is as good as it is because he walked right in that league and he knew right away. Iman Shumpert talks about how when they're on the floor, he's hollering. He told the opposing player, dude, you're supposed to be over there. So he knew where the other team's players should be. He's brilliant. He's not just great player. He's a genius.
before we
As
go,
I said earlier, Chuck and I have favorite players. You know, mine is his son. I don't know whose his is.
hey guys, before we go, I can ask this question. Who would you take in the playoffs? Finals playoffs. Who would you pick? Larry Bird, or would you pick LeBron James? I'm really addressing this towards David and Charles.
You know what David Burnett's going to say.
And I think you know what Chuck Snowden.
I don't know what y'all gonna say because that's a legitimate question.
I love Larry.
Legitimate
Bird.
question. And Larry Bird is who I would take.
LeBron
9
James
times out of
is who I
10.
would take.
I said playoffs, Chuck. I didn't say overall. I said playoffs.
You know, see, okay, I don't know how to do this, but the reality is this: when he played in the finals, he led both teams, points, rebounds, and assists. Both teams. 16, 17, 18. Look at those years. Look what he did those years.
Charles,
Please.
he's,
Larry.
Okay.
he's one of the greatest, and I know we're going over time. He's one of the
Well,
greatest.
ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for today.
He's the greatest.
Don't forget against what he did against the Mavericks, and he let JJ.
Well, I can't explain that. We'll talk about
Guerrero.
So look, this is the end of the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'm sure everybody else off camera can carry on.
Good
this
to have
conversation.
you, go.
Join us next week. Who's hosting next week? Is it David next week?
David Burnett.
7 o'clock Wednesday for Real Tellers.